got Gmo up here representing. Behind the scenes, doing all the media, all the controlling the video, OBS, StreamYard, everything.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. How's it going, man?
Good, man. How you doing? How you been?
I've been good, man. Hanging in there, having a good time. First national back in a real long time. Oh, vmix. You doing vmix?
Oh yeah.
Okay, okay. You ain't playing.
No, man.
NDI and all over the place, right?
Oh yeah.
How's everything going, man? Like
good,
as far as the series and everything. I haven't been out to any nationals this season, but how's this national season?
This year's been amazing. Following up our biggest year last year. You know, as far as moto counts, 2021 is the biggest in history.
Nice.
And this year's been a little bit smaller, but not much. You know, it's good to see the sport back where it is right now, and it's definitely growing. And man, I can't wait to see where we go from here.
Nice, nice, nice. So when you first started doing the stream, the live stream and stuff like that, were you using vmix or using something else? Like what made you get to the...
No, when we first started back in the ISTV days, man, I did some freelance work for them. I was working with Rich Montalvo, who you're familiar with. We were using TriCaster.
Okay,
TriCaster, yeah. So we used TriCaster all the way up until Go211 went out of business. And the first year that I started working here in 2012, we actually used TriCaster. We ended up renting a vmix system the next year, 2013. And as soon as I got home, I went in and talked to the boss man, and I was like, we need to build this.
Right, right.
And I built our first vmix system, man, and it was just so modular, and we could customize it specifically to what we needed, which you couldn't do with TriCaster at the time. So we ended up going with vmix, man, and we've been since 2013.
A little technical background for you guys who want to know what goes on behind the scenes here at USA BMX. What is any plans, anything new coming up for USA BMX that people might need to know?
We may have some rule changes for next year.
Uh-oh, like what?
I don't know, man. I can't talk about it yet. No, maybe some new classes and stuff like that. Nothing too major, but
nothing like Pro Cruiser?
No. That ain't happening. Sorry, Chris Sutton, that ain't happening, bro.
What happened to the what was it, the after race show y'all was doing? Whatever.
Oh, me and Eric, man. COVID, man. Like after COVID, and you know, he's not the most technically sound guy, so it was hard to do like a remote show.
Right.
So we need to get it back. You know, I've had some other people request, and I don't know how I can change it up to. I want to kind of make it like a news show. So
I mean, you're a one-man army, so you know it's kind of hard when you're a one-man. I know that for a fact. It's hard to be a one-man army and do everything. But yeah, that was cool because you know you gave us some good insight on what's going on.
For sure.
Kept track of the races and stuff like that. Best moment this year at the races.
Best moment. Oh man. For me, like personally, was probably, you know, watching my kid come back. You know, he had a real bad injury at the end of last year, like 3 days before Grands. He was playing football at just recess at school, and he tore his patellar tendon in his knee, which is it's an odd injury for a kid that young, you know.
Right.
And so he had surgery the day he's supposed to be flying to Grands. He was on an operating room table, and you know, I couldn't be there with him, and so that was hard. But so seeing him come back was really, for me personally, was the biggest thing. So.
Right. Real quick, if somebody wants to start a BMX track, what's the quick parameters on how to get a track started? Man,
quick parameters: get involved with your city. Contact Justin Travis, which is justin@usabmx.com for the email, and they'll get you all the specifics, man. Right. Take it from there.
Dirt track, paved turns.
Slurry track.
Slurry track or fully paved? Which one would you prefer?
I'm a fan of the slurry, man.
Slurry?
Because it breaks up. So like, let's say you need to come in here and rebuild this. You can scrape off all the top and still get to the dirt. If you asphalt the whole thing, you got to screen that out somehow. You couldn't rebuild with the asphalt, you know, infused dirt. So I'm a fan of the slurry, and I like the look of the slurry. It looks like a BMX track, you know. I saw your post the other day about the full asphalt track, which East Moline is almost. Have you seen the picture?
Yeah.
East Moline's almost all asphalt. But,
you know, for the Northeast, you know, as far as maintenance, as far as, you know, if you say you want to do a BMX track as a business and try and keep it open all the time, you know, having in the Northeast, that's not you know, indoors.
Yeah.
Something like that could be beneficial.
It could, man.
You know.
Like, it'll definitely be weatherproof. I mean,
yeah,
asphalt is where it's at for that. But again, I'm a fan of the slurry, man. I've seen guys race in the pouring down rain at Rock Hill.
Yeah.
And at Nashville. And yeah, I mean, and those tracks are slurried by the best out there, Amanda Carr. If you need a track slurry, call Amanda.
Yeah, man, we gotta get Amanda back on the show, man. I haven't had her on the show. International over there.
Oh yeah.
So they slurried the berm actually, so it's asphalt under slurry, which is kind of cool because it gives you that look of a dirt turn, but it's actually slurry and asphalt.
Yeah. I think they had some maintenance issues with this second turn, and
they filled it in with slurry.
Lot cheaper to do it with slurry than to get asphalt guys out here.
That's definitely an angle.
Yeah,
definitely an angle. So in France, they do a split screen.
Yes.
Where they show the start of another race when one's ending.
Yeah.
When we getting that feature for USA BMX?
I'm not a fan of it, man, because I was watching it at home. I was up at 2:30 a.m. every day. And there's a lot of times, there's so much going on that screen. So at the bottom of the screen, you had the race that was on the track. And the top of the screen, you had the race that was in the gate. And a lot of times that got off. It's a lot to do, especially if you only have one person directing
one person operation. Yeah.
If you got one technical director running the board for that, that's a lot to do for one person.
If you had support though, the split screen at the finish line, and then the split screen.
I'm still not a fan of split screen.
So I'll put it this way: let's say you had a race you wanted to watch that was before the other one, and you want to see the beginning of it. So if you say your kid is in Moto 20 and Moto 19 is going, somebody else at home want to see that kid race the whole race.
Yeah.
That's where it's like a beneficial thing where
for sure. You know, you want to see the whole lap.
Right.
But especially during qualifying, like we do it for mains, we do the whole lap.
Right.
Qualifying, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But like I said, to do that, man,
it's a big undertaking.
It's a labor-intensive process.
How big of an undertaking it is. Like me being a person who watches it, of course I want to see this. But for somebody who does video in the background, I know how big it is.
Yeah, just to program your switcher to be able to do that is going to be, you know. And then when if and when you do get off, then it's like you almost have to stop, and then, you know, get caught back up. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the split screens. I know Rum River does some stuff. They have like a little a 3-screen thing that they do, but it's just distracting to me, man. Like, I want to know who's the announcer talking about at that moment. So whenever we do switching, that's where I try to bring our camera in. Right. So wherever the announcer picks up so let's say there's 2 laps on the track, the announcer's not going to pick it up till second turn. So like if you watch Grants, for example, that's where we pick up the race. It's wherever the announcer picks it up.
PTZ cameras.
Yes.
Remote controlling.
They're good.
What's the deal with that? You gonna try and do some remote camera control on the corners and stuff?
We've looked at it. We already do like we do SRT stuff here.
Okay.
So I don't produce the show here. You know, we just send video back to our studio in Arizona.
Nice.
And then one of our workers will switch and add the commercials and all that.
That's dope.
So if anybody had this question, I get it all the time, like if there's a problem in the field, like there's a bad signal or the power, like this morning the power went out or whatever it is, they're like, well, the commercials come in crystal clear. That's because the commercials are streaming from a completely different place. They're not streaming from here. So. Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. So now we got some inside information on the broadcast, on all kind of stuff here at USA BMX. Make sure you come check out the races, promote the races to your friends so people can check it out. You know, because we know when we're going to race, we know what our models are, so let people know to tune in, even if it's just for your race. So I'm going to get back to taking pictures. Gmo's the man, doing his thing. vmix status, all good. And we out. Say back to you, Billy.
Back to you, Billy.